Oh, thank you. And then get a slow roll all the way down. Neutral, take a breath, long waistline, ribs still hugging around your center that little bit. Again, belly button in, exhale, squeezing those inner thighs. When you get to the top, this time, really think about your knees reaching away from the top of your head. So knees are reaching out towards me this way. Top of your head reaches the opposite way. You'll roll all the way down. You'll get to neutral. And then we're going to come up and stay. Belly button in, press through those heels, a little bit through those big toes, holding at the top. Knees reaching away from the top of your head. That's the oppositional pull we have going on. And then just squeeze your inner thighs. So squeeze them nice and tight, and then little release. Exhale as you squeeze inner thighs and abs working together. Glutes are holding you up there. Slow release. You're not squeezing your glutes together. Release. Last two. And then go one more, squeeze it nice and tight, and then roll all the way down and come back to neutral. And stay. Now grab your weights. Let's reach our arms right up to the ceiling. Holding when you're there. Keep those shoulder blades flat against the mat. We're going to start opening wide. And then we'll press those arms back up. So as your arms open out, you can feel your collarbones widen a little bit at the front of your body. As you press your arms up, keep those collarbones wide. Press your shoulder blades into the mat. Go forward like that. Now, the oppositional pull is your arms are reaching up, but your shoulder blades are pressing down, right? We don't want to do that kind of a thing. Or even just that. Keep those shoulder blades nice and heavy. For 3, opening right out. Let's go for 2. Right out, and then go one more. Up to the top, stay there. Now arms overhead, so arms reach, ribs stay tight around your center, and then arms back up. Arms reach, ribs stay tight around your center, arms back up. So if you can't keep your ribs hugging around your core, don't reach your arms quite as far. Just go as far as you can keep those ribs hugging in. Now let's put both those together. So you're gonna reach your arms overhead, circle around, you'll end up holding up by your hips, and then bring them back up. So thinking nice big circles. Collarbones stay wide the whole time. No tension through your neck. Your core is just engaged that little bit, keeping your pelvis still. One more, all the way around. Bring those arms back to the ceiling. Stay. Opposite way, so you're going to go down, out, all the way around and back. Keeping those shoulder blades nice and flat on the mat. Keeping those ribs nice and heavy. 4. 3. Think about that corset around your rib cage. Don't let it lift. Last one. Nice big circle all the way around. Holding at the top there. Press your shoulder blades down into that mat again. From here, let's press the core heels. We're going to lift our glutes straight up to the ceiling. So hold at the top. Now let's put all this together. So you're going to squeeze your inner thighs a little bit. You're going to open your arms wide, and then you're going to drop your hips low. So in one piece, like the body comes down in a plank, and then press everything back up, squeezing your inner thighs tighter. Now release those inner thighs at the top, squeeze them back in, drop your hips, open your arms, press up with an extra squeeze. Release those inner thighs, extra squeeze, dropping low, and up. Go for 4 like that. Squeeze. Ribs stay tight around your center. Low and up. Last 2. Up. Last 1, squeeze tight. Drop it low all the way up. And then slowly let's roll back down. Come to neutral. And then stay. Bring those arms down by your sides. All right. Now from here, pop your squishy ball underneath your tailbone. Right? So neutral on top of the ball. Your tailbone is tipping away from you that little bit. Your waistlines are nice and long. You can just have your hands facing up to start. Take a couple of breaths, feeling the back of your rib cage is really nice and heavy. So with your inhales, your ribs can widen a little bit. As you exhale, let those ribs get a little bit heavier. Go for 3 big breaths like that. of your sitting bones widening, thinking of that pelvis staying nice and still through those deep breaths. And then from there, lift up your heels. So you're just on your tippy toes. So from here, bring your right leg to tabletop. And then bring your left leg up as well. So knees above your hips, back of your rib cage stays heavy. Now from here, you're gonna open your knees out just a few more inches to the sides, and then bring them back together. You can actually squeeze them right together. Do that again. So legs open out, just the lateral open, and then squeeze them back in. Go for 4 like that. So as you open your legs, think of that transverse abdominis, those low abs widening. Transverse widens, ribs tighten up around your center. And in. Last 2. And up. 1 more. Legs back up. Now stay. Now you're gonna move both legs away from you. So they're together, they're moving away, and then they're pulling back in. Do that again, just a couple of inches. They don't need to go straight. Ribs stay tight around your center and pull. 4 like this. Reach that little bit, have a pause, and in. 3. And back. Last 2. And in. 1 more out that little bit. Bring them back in and stay. Now from here, open your legs up just about hip distance apart. Stay there. Can you lift your elbow or lift your forearms off the mat? So just your elbows are down. And then let's reach our arms all the way up to the ceiling. So arm bones heavy in your shoulder sockets. Now from here, you're going to reach your right arm overhead and your right leg reaches in front. Hold when you're out there. So really think length, fingertips reach from toes, and then pull all the way back in. Now do the same thing. Left fingertips reach away from your left toes, nice long line with your body, and then slow pull all the way in. Do that again. Right and right. Have a pause and back. Left and left. Have a pause and back. 1 more each way here. Nice long line, fingertips reach from toes and in. 1 more here, fingertips reach from toes, come back in and stay. Now from here, you're gonna open your knees out a little wider. So that wider position you were in to start, kick your right leg out from there. So right leg extends and then bring it back in. Now left leg, so you're kind of reaching on a diagonal. Left out. And back in. Now, as your right leg reaches, extend your left leg on the left arm, sorry, on the opposite diagonal. Left arm, right leg in a nice big diagonal and pull it. Left leg, right arm, nice diagonal reach and back in. Again, exhale out and back. Exhale, reach and in. 1 more each way. Nice diagonal away. Doesn't matter how wide you open your arm or your leg. Just try and find that same diagonal line. Pull back in. Stay there. Lower your right foot down. Lower your left. Awesome. Take a breath. Grab that ball. You're going to put it underneath your right foot now. So have your feet about hip distance apart. All right. Nice even weight to both sides of your pelvis. Even weight on your shoulders. You're going to press into your left heel, which you should be able to touch with your left fingertips, and lift your hips right up to the ceiling. So nice, even hips, even weight through the inside and outside of your of your left foot. So left big toe and left heel, outer edge, all touching down. Now turn your palms to face up, really relax that upper body. And then from here, you're going to drop your hips, drop down just a couple of inches, and then press that up. So inhale as you come down, and then exhale as you lift. Inhale, lowering hips together, exhale, lift. Now imagine you had another ball between your inner thighs. You're squeezing that ball that little bit, your knees aren't touching, but they're staying parallel as you squeeze around that imaginary ball. 1 more like this. Inhale down, press right up. Stay, Now from here, you lift your right foot off the ball. Bring that leg up to tabletop. Stay there. Now from here, reach your right leg long, straight out, and then pull it in. Your left hip stays lifted, your right hip stays lifted, both hips, but really think about your right one. It wants to drop. In, go for 5, reaching, and back. Good job. 4, reaching, and back. Left inner thigh squeezes toward your midline. 3. Last 2, ribs still hugging tight around your center. You're ready, 1 more. Reach, bring that leg back in, and then lower all the way. So rolling through your spine, come right down to neutral, and take a breath. Good job, guys. Pop that ball up to this side for a sec. Feet hip distance apart. Let's roll up. Let's find that center point in our spine again. So rolling all the way, both heels pressing, both big toes pressing, melting down, slow and controlled. Take a breath. Let again, belly button in, press through your heels, lifting, reaching knees. Again, slow and controlled. And 1 more like that. All the way down. We'll end up in neutral. Stay. You're gonna grab your ball, going under your left foot. Now let's get that right glute. All right, so even weight in your hips, even weight in your shoulders. Imagine both feet are on the same level ground. You're gonna press into your right heel, right big toe, and then press all the way up, lifting those hips nice and high. Okay, so from there, you're just gonna drop your hips and then lift those hips back up. Inhale as you come down, those hips come down together. Exhale as you lift. So now it's your left hip that wants to drop. Try not to let it. Keep those waistlines long. Inhale down. Exhale, press. Go for 3. Exhale, pressing through that heel to get your glute working. You don't want to be using your back to lift. 2. Last one like this. Press up. Stay. Really feel that right big toe and heel connecting with the mat. Lift your lefty up to tabletop. Stay there. Extend that left and bend it in. Right inner thigh squeezes toward your midline as you reach your left and bend it back in. Inhale out, exhale. 3 more, reaching. And last 2, reach. Try and keep those hips nice and high. At least keep them level wherever you are. Last 1, and then from there, roll all the way down, slowly controlled, right down to neutral. Good job, guys. Pop that ball off to the side. Hug your knees in, have a little bit of a roll around one way. Roll the other way. Good. And then, you okay?
Yeah, the ball was full of air.
Oh. Okay, come on to your left side now. Left side. We're gonna have our legs bent to 90-degree angles. So your feet under your knees in line with your hips. So nice long waistlines. You can flip your heads to the other end of your mat if you want to see. It's totally up to you, but whatever. Okay, so from there, right hand on your right hip, left ribs are staying that little bit lifted off the mat, right? You're gonna lift your right leg up to just about hip height. Hold when you're there, and then you're just gonna circle your leg around. So as you're circling your leg, think of this femur moving in your hip socket, getting to that full range in that joint. So you're not bending or extending your leg. Bring your knees way up so they're in line with your hips, Kim. Up this way. And then your shins out to the edge of your mat. You got it. Good, real nice 90. Your core is working, keeping your body still, right? Your left ribs aren't jamming down to keep you balanced. They're lifting a little bit. Let's pause and then go the other way. So just that smooth little movement. Got it. Go 6 and 5 4, 3, 2, last 1. Now you're gonna reach that right leg all the way out. So reach out on a nice long line. Toes reach away from the top of your head. Try and keep your leg at hip height. You're gonna bring it forward only as far as you can keep your neutral. Really work to keep it lifting and then press that leg straight back. So if you bring your leg too far forward, your back wants to arch a little bit, right? Depending on your hamstring flexibility. I can't bring mine very far forward. It doesn't matter at all what your range is. Just work in that range where you can keep your neutral. Don't let that right hip roll forward and back. Ready? We're gonna do 3 more like this. Slow and controlled forward. All the way back. Slow and controlled forward. All the way back. As you're reaching your toes forward, your bum is reaching back a little bit, right? That's the oppositional pull. The next time your leg comes forward, you're gonna keep it forward. You're gonna stay. You're gonna medially rotate your leg. Don't drop it though. So knee points down. Now lift your leg up an inch and down an inch. Up an inch and down an inch. Don't let your right hip roll forward. It really wants to in that medial rotation, right? Can you do 4, 1, 3, and down, last 2, and down, last 1, and then kick that leg straight underneath you and bend it all the way in. Take a little flat. Good job. Now grab your ball. Ball is gonna go under your right knee. Your left leg is gonna go straight underneath you. Left leg straight underneath you. Right leg bent on top of the ball. So we're not gonna worry about our right leg right now. We're gonna think about our left inner thigh. Reach through your left toes. Lift that leg up. So again, lifting as high as you can keep your left ribs off the mat. Don't let those guys press down. From there, lower your leg just to a hover and then squeeze and lift back up. Inhale down, and you can keep your right foot lifting if you want, doesn't matter. Extra little bit of stability work, extra little bit of glute if you keep it lifted, but whatever feels good. Slow. So each time you're lifting your left leg, you're squeezing from the top of your inner thigh. You're not just moving your foot in space, your shin or your knee or anything else. It's that thigh lifting, thigh lowers. Thigh lifts, nice big squeeze, and down. Very good. Go for 3. And down. Go for 2. Squeeze and down. Go for 1 more. Squeeze it up and then stay there. Now, can you go 1 more inch? 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Little extra squeeze. Maybe it's just a millimeter. Doesn't matter. Go 5, 4, 3, 2. Last 1, stay there. Now circle that leg around. Try and circle it in that high range. Keep that stability coming from your core. 3, 2, pause, other way. Smooth little circles, keep them high, keep reaching through your toes. Remember, your toes are still reaching away from the top of your head, right? Feel those nice long waistlines. 3, 2, last 1, and then lower all the way down. Very good, guys. You can now pop the ball between your ankles and kick your ankles, or kick your legs straight out underneath your ankles. You should follow your legs. Left palm is gonna face down. We're gonna come into a little side flexion now. If you feel your back or this just doesn't feel good, just stay lying down and just do the leg portion of this. It doesn't matter at all. But if you are coming into side flexion, you want your weight to be kind of as minimal on your left arm as possible. Really feel your obliques stabilizing you. You don't want to just drop into your left arm. We'll see in a second. So we're going to start. Have your right hand in front of you. You're going to press into your left palm, slide it in towards you just a few inches, and then stay. So if your elbow was right underneath your shoulder, it would be a piece of cake to stay here. You want to try and stay out there a little bit. A little bit more work on your obliques. That way, shoulders are staying nice and steady. Now from there, you lift both legs and then lower. Now think about the top of your head. You're kind of in a little banana shape. The top of your head is reaching this way. Your toes are reaching that way. Not to the ceiling. Yeah, good. Think length through your spine. Reach and lift and lower. Remember, if you feel your back, you just come down. That's totally fine. Go 3. If you want an extra challenge, see if you can bring your hand on your hip. Robin's right there. Up. Control. Last 2. Last one, hold there, take a breath, now squeeze the ball, squeeze 8, squeeze 7, squeeze 6, good, squeeze 5, that's deepen 4, keep the top of your head reaching, last 2, last 1, and then slow, let's lower all the way down. Lovely, guys. Grab that ball, pop it off to this side. We are gonna flip right around, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Around. So start with your legs at that 90-degree angle. Around. 90 degrees, long waistlines, right ribs now are staying a little bit lifted. Just lie on that right arm so your neck can be nice and relaxed. 90 degrees. Okay, lift that left leg up to hip height or so, keeping that pelvis nice and still, little circles around. Bring your shin forward. Actually, yeah, get to the 90, you got it. Perfect. Smooth little circles. Think if there was like a piece of paper parallel with your mat here, you'd be drawing the circles with your knee, right? Knee circling around. Pause, go the other way. And then just notice as you're doing this, are you coming out of neutral? It's not pretty easy, but it's easier to do it in a tap. Keep your neutral. You'll see how much harder it actually is. Your glute really stays engaged in that position. Go 3, go for 2, go for 1, and then kick that leg straight out underneath you. Okay, so now the tips of your toes are reaching away from the top of your head, right? Keep this leg at hip height. You're gonna bring it forward as far as you can keep your spine neutral, and then press all the way back. Do that again, reaching forward. You can flex your foot as you press it back, squeezing under that glute. Inhale forward, don't let your pelvis move, ribs stay nice and tight around your center for that extra bit of stability. Reach and back. Gotta go for 3. And 2. Ready, 1 more, reach that leg forward and then stay. Feel that you're still neutral, right? So your tail is sticking out that bit behind you. Turn your leg into medial rotation. So toes down, heel kind of lifts. Now lift an inch and down an inch. Don't let that left hip roll forward as you come into that medial rotation. Little lift, little lower, go 5 and down. Lift with a pause and down. 4 more, pause and down. You got it, 3, pause and down. Last 2, pause and down. Last 1, up, and then bend that leg right in, drop her down. Oh, grab your ball, pop it under your left knee, reach that right leg straight underneath you. So now top of your head reaches away from your right toes. Remember, you can keep your left foot that little bit lifted if you want. Right ribs are staying lifted, nice and connected through your core. Lift that right leg up. So it's the top of your inner thigh you're moving from, right? Slowly lower to a hover and then squeeze back up. So get up nice and high, slow as you lower. And down. So the moving part is your right leg, right? The part of your body that's moving it is your right inner thigh. So think about the inside of that right leg, that inner thigh area, squeezing up. And keep it working as you lower down. So it's not like you're working and then you're lowering down, right? And then think about what else is happening in your body. So your core needs to be engaged to keep you steady. So we've got right inner thigh, left glute a little if you're keeping your foot lifted, and then core is working to stabilize. Go 1 more, go up and stay. Stay high as you circle your leg around, just little circles, keeping that pelvis still, smooth little circles, still reaching as you make the circle. 4, 3, last 2, last 1, other direction, just some smooth little circles, you got it. Go 4, 3, keep reaching, 2, last 1, and then lower all the way down. Lovely, ball between your ankles, kick straight out. All right, Right palm faces down. Left hand in front of you for that extra bit of stability. Reach through your toes, slide your right arm in that little bit, holding when you're there. So now top of your head again, reaching away from your toes in that banana shape. From there, lift your legs 1 little inch, and then down that little inch. So lift that inch, pause, and lower. So tons of right inner thigh again, tons of left obliques, right? Shoulders working to keep us steady. Go 5. If you want, you can bring your hand on your hip. 4. Control. Don't let your right ribs get closer to the ground as your legs lift. Last 2. Last 1, lift up, stay. Now just inner thigh, squeeze that ball and release. Squeeze that ball and release. Go 6 more, little squeeze. 5, relaxing through that neck. 4, 3, 2, last 1, and then lower all the way down. Awesome, guys. Grab that ball, pump it off to the side. Come onto your back, let the soles of your feet come together. So just letting your knees fall open. You can reach your arms up overhead, have a nice little stretch out there, letting those legs be heavy. Two more nice big breaths here, guys. All right. And then bring those legs right out in front of you. So about hip distance apart, straighten your legs up in front of you. Okay. Reach your arms back overhead. Down. Keep those ribs tight around your center. So just remembering when your arms go overhead, the ribs want to lift. We're not going to let them. Toes are reaching away from your fingertips, right? We're going to come into full roll-ups. We're going to tuck our chin as we come up. We're going to reach out to our toes as we peel off on that 1 vertebrae at a time, reaching all the way out. Stack up nice and tall. Take a breath and then melt back down. So rolling through your spine again, just 1 vertebrae at a time, reaching those toes as you lower down. Keep those toes reaching all the way. Tuck that chin. Doesn't matter if you need to grab onto your legs for a little bit of assistance. Totally fine. Now bend your right leg in. Now we'll roll back. Even weight to both sides of your body. All the way. Keep your right leg like that. As you come up, tuck your chin. Come up to tall. Reach your right. Bend your left. Even long waistlines all the way back. Rolling. Nice and controlled. Reach those right toes away. Back overhead. Take a breath. Even long waistlines. Your weight wants to shift. Don't let it. Up to tall. Bend both legs in. Scoop again. And reach all the way up. If you can't come up with your legs bent, just straighten them, that's fine. Tuck. The shorter levers, so it's a little hard. Come up, stay. Now let's lift our right leg up. Scooping back. Keep that right leg lifted that little bit, arms overhead, all the way up. Tuck your chin, even weight to both sides of your spine as you roll, roll, roll. Come up to the top. Lift your left. Stay. Rolling back. Even weight to both hips. Keep rolling. Even weight to both sides of your spine. Slow and controlled. Reaching back. Keep that left leg bent. Coming back up. Tuck. All the way to tall. Lower that left. Take a breath. Okay. Last option. You don't have to do it, but if you want to, we're going up here. 1, 2. We're going to bring our legs down as our mid-back touches, all right? So slow and controlled roll all the way. Lower those toes as your mid-back touches. Reach those arms overhead. Take a breath. Now you'll lift your toes again as your mid-back lifts. So tuck your chin. Inner thigh squeeze. Come into just a little scoop. Stay there. Can we do it again? Slow and controlled. Try and straighten your legs this time. So straighten, reach fingertips from toes, holding when you're out there. You lift with straight legs all the way up. Nice, big breath. One more like that, screwball and rolling, rolling, reaching. All the way up, whichever option you want for your last one. Nice work, guys. Holy moly. Good job. Come to a 4-point kneel. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. All right. So really feel that your weight is even on your hands and even on your knees to start, right? And we're gonna just throw ourselves off balance, trying not to move our body too much, okay? So start with your right leg, you're gonna kick it out, keep it on the mat. So maybe your weight is shifted a little bit to the left. Try not to let it. So you're gonna keep your left inner thigh, keep in mind, you want your left inner thigh to kind of stay squeezed toward your midline, all right? Now from there, lift that right leg up, hold, and then extend that left arm in front. So left fingertips reach from right toes. Now from there, you're gonna come into a nice cat stretch. So pull your arm in, pull your knee and round that back. And then exhale, reaching long. So nice big inhale, scooping in. And reach. Do that again, tuck, scoop, abs, deepen. And out. Your weight wants to shift to the left a little, right? Don't let it. In. And reach left inner thigh, stay squeezed into your midline. Last one like this, all the way in. Reach straight back out. And then bend that arm knee in, pop your head down, stay there. Okay, you're gonna bring your left elbow down. Okay, so same leg is gonna move, except we're gonna give our wrists a break. So left elbow, right hand are down. Kick your right leg out again. Your weight again wants to shift to the left, right? Don't let, keep your left inner thigh squeezed to your midline. Lift that right leg up. Now you can go a little bit higher because you're down on this angle. So looking towards your left wrist. You got it? Okay, so really reach toes away from the top of your head and then bend your knee. So bend it to about 90 degrees. Your foot is parallel-ish with the ceiling. From there, without just moving your hip around, you're gonna kick your heel up, squeezing your glute and then lower down. So a little kick up, squeeze that glute and down. So your right thigh lifts like an extra inch, but your hip doesn't. Hip stays still as you squeeze up. Hip stays still, feeling that squeeze right under your glute. Get good, go 5 little squeezes. 4, press, really press through that heel. 3. How about your left inner thigh? Is it still squeezing to your midline? 2. Last one, hold that squeeze at the top. Now from there, go 1 more inch. 1 inch down, 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Go 6 little tiny ones. 5, maybe you're hardly moving, you're just engaging. 4, 3, 2. Last one, and then bend that leg in. Sit back to your little chair stretch. Open the knees wide. All right. Got one more on this side. Hands back under your shoulders, knees under your hips. If that really bothers you, you can come down to your elbows, that's fine as well. So again, our weight is really gonna wanna shift to the left. We're not gonna let, right? So kick your right leg out. Bring that midline, or bring that left inner thigh back to your midline. Lift your right leg.
Same leg?
Same leg, okay. Stay when you're out there. Okay, now laterally rotate that right leg. When you just laterally rotate, your hips want to shift, right? So don't let it. And then you're going to bend that right knee in towards your right underarm. So keep it high and then kick back with a little squeeze. So you're going to go in, back, and squeeze. If anyone wants an extra stability challenge, you can bring your left hand off the mat at the same time. 5 more. Slow, back, and out. 4, back, squeeze. 3, in, back, squeeze. Last two. Each time you kick your right leg out, press through that left knee. Last one, back, squeeze, and then bend that leg in, lower all the way down. Ready? Same on the other side. So hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Nice long waistlines. Right, shoulder blades nice and wide on your back. So we're gonna kick our left leg out. As we do that, our weight wants to shift right. Now we have our right inner thigh squeezing toward our midline the whole time. Extend that right arm out in front. Now from there, pull your arm in, pull that nice bent left leg in, rounding your back as you pull in, and then lengthen all the way out. So that's a round back, a cat stretch as you pull in and reach. In scooping that core and reach. 4 more. In 3. In, reach. Last 2. Reach, and then 1 more all the way in. Back. Bring your left knee in. Now drop your right hand, right elbow down. I just stopped wearing mine because it kept asking me questions and I was teaching. It's so funny. Kick your left leg out. Lift your left knee up. So remember, you can go up a little higher because you're on this angle. Make sure you're looking in towards your right arm, your right wrist kind of. And then from there, bend your left leg. Flex that foot. Okay, now before you start moving, squeeze that right inner thigh toward your midline a little bit more, and then kick your left heel up 2 inches and down 2. So it's teeny. You're just engaging right under that left glute where your glute and your hamstring meet. Feel that squeeze and down. Squeeze and down. Yeah, very good. Nice positions, guys. Remember, tuck your chin a little bit into your chest, your neck stays long. Yeah, very good. Not too much, just a bit. So 3, press through your right knee as you kick into your left. Last one, squeeze up, stay 1 more inch, a little inch, just a little extra engagement. 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, and then come all the way in and sit right. Let's feel. Yeah. It's different than reformer, right? But the same. I don't know yet. You'll see when it all goes together and do our reformer. Good. Okay, come back up here. You can kneel on your elbows if you want to. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Right knee under your right hip. Kick your left leg out. So really reaching, think length. Lift that leg to the top of your head, reaching from your left toes. Laterally rotate your left leg without just letting your weight shift to the right. Left knee in towards your left underarm, and then squeeze back and up that bit. In, back, little squeeze. In, back, little squeeze. Yeah, good. Go 5, back. Remember, you can lift your right arm up if you want that extra stability challenge. Keep thinking about that right inner thigh though. Keep it squeezing. Last one. In, back, squeeze, and then bend that left leg in. Sit back again. Guys. Okay, now let's come down to the mat. We're gonna do a little extension before we come up to some standing stuff. So have your head, have your nose kind of hovering off your mat. Hands wider than the mat, legs as wide as the mat. So just remember, in extension, you're not coming up to an upward dog, you're not coming up and looking forward. It's more about length than it is about height. So at the height of your extension, you're still looking down. You see how my spine is actually aligned there? If I'm here, my spine is not in alignment, right? Even if I'm here, maybe not. So let's stay nose hovering off the mat. Collarbones are wide at the front of your body. Now think about your core. It is going to work this little bit. It's not going to be like in a grippy kind of a way, but we want our core to be engaged to protect our low back. So a little bit of core engagement. Your ribs tighten up around your center. Lead with your nose. You can imagine a little marble in front of your nose. You'll roll it away just slightly, and then begin reaching the top of your head and your collarbones out over the front edge of your mat and away from your toes. So you're thinking length, top of your head, collarbones reaching away from your toes. Hold when you're there. You're looking maybe an inch above where you started. Take a breath, and then slowly come down. It's really important where your eyes look here. So if you're looking straight down right now, at the height of your extension, you're looking maybe an inch, maybe two above there, all right? So again, shoulders wide, collarbones nice and open, core connects slightly, top of your head reaches forward, collarbones reach forward, nice long spines. Big breath there, and then slowly melt all the way down. Good, so go for a couple more like that. Core connects up, and your toes are reaching behind you as your ribs tighten up. Yeah, very nice, everybody. Think of that little marble or just reaching the top of your head and your collarbones forward. Can you see when you get the collarbones going forward, it adds that extra little dimension. Beautiful, guys. Really, really nice. Slow and controlled melt down. Take a nice breath. We're gonna go one more like that. Use that breath. Collarbones wide, reaching out at the top of your head. Holding here. Let's hold for 2 extra big breaths. Think of lengthening your spine a little more with each one. Last one. And then just press into your hands, press yourself all the way back to a shell stretch.
Does your thighs want to lift up a little?
Your thighs want to lift? No. Let me see how high you're coming. Even in that, they do?
Mm-hmm. They want to lift up.
Keep your head reaching even more this way. Come up again. And keep these wide. I mean, they look like the person.
No, yes. I have to pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention. Just keep that down. Keep them down. You don't want to be pressing in. It's like a funny thing because you don't want to be pressing down into your legs and your pelvis to get up there. They're just reaching. I mean, it's more of like a reach back. They're pressing down, but they're reaching. And this is extending. It's a funny thing, but it's really important for our upper back. Okay, so hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Stay there. You're ready. You're going to kick your right leg out behind you. You're going to kick your left leg out behind you as well. And then just tuck your chin, scoop those abs, press yourself back to a downward dog. Walk those feet out. Just one foot and the other, keeping your hips nice and lifted. And then drop both heels nice and low. Lift both right up. Again, heels down. Heels lift. And then drop those heels. You're going to walk your hands into your feet. One at a time, hang in that forward fold. And then when you're ready, just press through your heels, come all the way up to standing. Those shoulders will roll up. Grab your weights. And come up to standing. So we're gonna stand, feet about hip distance apart, but turned out. Maybe a little wider than hip distance apart. Okay, so then stand really nice and tall, shoulders away from your ears, top of your head is reaching up, heels are pressing down. You're neutral, right? So you're not tucked one way, you're not arching the other. Stay in that neutral. as we work, okay? So arms are gonna come straight forward up to shoulder height. Hold when you're there. They're gonna go out. They're gonna come in, and they're gonna roll back down. Let's do that again. Arms lift, shoulders don't, right? Are those weights the same, Tony? Are those weights the same weight?
That makes sense.
Oh. Out. In. Isn't that pretty in your hand? But one more. Up. Out.
Every day above ground.
Up. Stay. Now come into a little plie. You're gonna go down. Now as you stand up, open those arms wide. Now you're gonna plie, palms down, palms up as you open. So think about your neutral spine as you're doing this, right? You're leading with your tail as you come down. Tailbone comes down. Collarbones are wide. You're not rolling in. And out. You're staying nice and long through that spine. Ribs stay tight around your center. Go for 2 more. In. Last one. In. And out. Now bring your arms in front. Come down. Stay. Open your arms to about 45 degrees from your body. Now reach your right arm out. And pull it in. And then left. Reach. And in. So without moving your body away from your weight, think about those waistlines staying nice and even. Now let's add a twist. Reach and add that twist with a reach. Reach with a twist. Out and in. Out and in. Go for 4. And in constant pressure through your heels, keep those thighs turning out and in. Reach and back. Good job, guys. One more here. And in goes. And then stand all the way up, nice and tall. Give your shoulders a little roll out. All right. Arms in front of you, palms face each other. Come back down. Stay there. Now lift your right heel and then drop it down. Shoulders away from your ears. Left and down. Go right. Up. Waistline stay long. Left and up. Okay, good guys. One more right and up. One more left and up. Now both lift. Stand all the way up. All the way back down, and again, all the way up. This time we're gonna go arms overhead. As you come down, arms wide. Do that again, arms overhead for 5. Keep those thighs turning out. Go for 4. Ribs still hugging around your center. 3. Even pressure into each one of those toes. Last 2. Last one, lower, all the way up. Drop those heels, shoulders a little rolled up, walk those feet about hip distance apart parallel. Right, you ready? Elbows 90-degree angles, come down low, stay when you're low. Okay, so you're gonna reach arms out and then in, and then you're gonna go out and in. Now we're gonna go up and in and out and in again. Even weight, everything is nice and even from right to left in your body. Challenge that in a second. In one more here, and in one more here. Back in. Now you're gonna go left arm in front, right arm to the side, and then back in. Waistline stay long. Same direction, left and right, left and front, right to the side. Keep going left and right, and in. So think about the weight in your heels. Is it staying even? You've got 3. You've got 2. One more. In, all the way. Now come down, stay. Now we're gonna switch that up for legs. For right legs, gonna go to this side, not letting your weight shift to the left and back. We're gonna go out and in. Out, and yes. So we're gonna add those arms. Reach and in. Reach and in. Go for 4. And back. 3 more. Reach. Constant pressure through your left heel. In last 2. And in last 1. And in and then stand all the way out. Take a breath. Give them a little roll out. So we're gonna do the same thing, arms, just the arms first, and then we're gonna do the leg, and then just the arm and the leg together. All right, so we're gonna go down low. So when you're there, you're gonna reach right arm in front, left to the side, and then stand up. Reach and in. So as you're doing this, think about your waistline staying long. It gets way harder once the leg gets involved. But still think about shoulders being even. Waistlines are long. Last 2. Last 1. And in, up and down, stay. Now just the left leg, not moving your body to the right. Out and in. And in constant pressure through your right heel, squeezing your right inner thigh to your midline. Ready for arms? Reach and in. Reach and in. That's 6. And back. 5 more. Reach and in. 4 more. And back. 3. And back. Last 2. And in. Last 1. And in. Single. Good job, guys. Feet back, hip distance apart. Go arms here. Bend to 90-degree angles. Then you can go in here. Just arms. Ribs stay tighter at your center. They want to open out when you open your arms, right? Don't let them. Go for 4. Go for 3. 1, 2. Last 1. Go out. Now just here and up. Keep those elbows pretty high. You got it. 4. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Stay there. I'm going to show you a sign. You're going to step your right foot back. Hinge your upper body forward. So step it back a comfortable distance. Hinge your upper body forward. Now reach those arms out overhead and then bring them all the way back. Take a breath there. And you're going to bring your arms up as you step your right foot in and back all the way. And reach. Go for 4. In and reach. Keep that waistline, both waistlines long. In and reach. 1 more. Reach your ready, stay back. Bend your elbows. Reach long. Bend your elbows. It's happy. 4. 3. 2. Last one, you ready? Go back, stay back. Turn your palms to face each other. Nice long waistlines, right? Open out, squeeze in. Out, squeeze in. You've got 4, 3, 2. Last 1. In, and then set all the way up. Give them a little roll up. Especially when you know when it's your ring, everyone else has. Everyone has the same ring, right? Yeah. Yeah. You'll find out what it is. Okay, keep that distance apart. Okay, so you're gonna step your lefty back now. Right? Yes. Okay, so now reach those arms straight out, way up overhead. And bring them back. So just get those arms going first, arms reach, keeping that hinge forward, keeping that left heel reaching behind you, nice long waist spines. And we're going to go in, reach long. In, reaching long. So just like when you were lying down, our right inner thigh needs to, and when you run all fours, our right inner thigh needs to stay squeezed toward our midline so we don't just shift our weight over to the right. 2 more. Reach and control. Last 1. Reach, control. Stay here. From there, bend your elbows. Reach them long. Bend those elbows. Reach them long. Go for 6. In. 5 more. In. Reach. 4 more. In. Last 3, constant pressure through that right heel. Keep that right inner thigh squeezed to your midline. 2. Last 1. Reaching back and turn your palms down. Lift up an inch. Down an inch. 1 inch. And down. You've got 5. Up. And down. Constant pressure through that right heel. and down, go for 3. And down, go for 2. Up. And down, last one, up. And then come all the way in. This guy's a little roll. Up. Okay, feet back about hip distance where you can drop your weights. Down, nice and tall. We will roll down. So from here, let's reach our arms all the way up overhead. Nice big breath, and then tuck your chin, reaching forward as you press down 1 vertebrae at a time, right to the mat. And bend your knees if you need to. Take a breath there, and then you're going to walk your hands out. So right, left. Come into a plank. Bend your right knee into your chest. Turn it out, and then you can just drop down. So you'll be in a little kitchen there. And take a nice couple of breaths so you can get as low as that feels good. One more nice big breath here. And curl those left toes under. Step your right foot in between your hands. And you can come into a little lunge. You can drop your knee down if that feels good. Keep it up, whatever. Left hip flexor. Nice couple of breaths there. And then you can drop your left hand down and reach your right arm up to the ceiling. So you go all the way into a little twist. Keep your left palm pressing down as your right arm reaches up, so you still are in that dynamic. And then step that right hand down. Curl your left toes under. Step them back. So you're back in that plank. Top of your head reaches from those heels. Step your left knee in, drop it down. Come into that pigeon on that side. As far as that feels good. One more big breath there. And walk those hands back in. Step that left foot down. Bring your knee down or not, whatever feels good there. Looks like summer out there, guys. Oh, no. Step your, you might know from this, from the twist, step your right hand down and left up. Yeah. Nice big breath in. Good job, guys. And then step your left hand down. Step those legs back into that plank. Press your weight back to your heels. One nice walk it out. And then you can just walk those hands into your feet. And when you're ready, just roll on up. Ta-da. Did it. Nice work, guys. Feel good? Awesome. Thanks, guys.